Amanda, now a year ago you were just beginning your feature film that we saw the trailer of. It was just in the very beginning process, and now it's in 3 film festivals or something like that.
Well, a year ago I didn't even have a film. I just had a play, and
it was based on a play.
Yes, it was based on a play originally. Yeah, that I wrote, and called As I Like It, and then I changed it and brought it up to date. But it's all thanks really to my 3 friends who are here. Well, actually my son too. Charlie, who is an opera singer, Justine, who is my yoga teacher and actress from London, and George Blodwell, really, who is in it as well. And basically, it's a story that I wrote for my father. It was a letter that he told me that I should be able to write. And then my ex-husband said I couldn't make a film, so I thought, well, I can make a film, and I'll make a film.
And you did?
I did, yes. So I wanted to prove that women could do this. They were complaining they didn't do enough, so I thought I would contribute.
This is great. This is your first feature film.
Yes.
And the trailer is beautiful.
Yes.
And is there another trailer person here on our panel? I think you're the only one.
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about where else we can see this film in the future?
Yes, it's going to the New York City International Film Festival next week, and then it's going to Ischia, and
in Italy.
Patty and Andrew, yeah. And basically I've had a lot of encouragement to do it, so I shall do another one.
You will?
Yes.
Okay, great. There is a sad statistic that there's only 10% women membership in the DGA, and there's also a crazy statistic that very few female directors direct a second feature after they've directed their first, so please make another one.
I absolutely will.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so for my video, like, backstory is kind of, I felt very happy with my life, and, I just wanted to do something that kind of, like, shared it with the world, so to say. So I wanted to kind of, like, keep it subtle. Like, when it comes to things like happiness, the moment you start talking about it, like, it goes away, like, becomes cheesy. So, it was kind of like something that would just kind of, like, hint at, like positivity, a smile, and then just, something that kind of like, takes, I put together that video so that, like, as you see it, you just smile, like, at the end, like, as the progression goes from, like, people who don't smile, and then there's this little kid who smiles, and then everybody else smiles. So, yeah, like, that was the, like, short story of it. And then to go along with the video, just to, like, not have it as a video, like, I put together this, what I call the wall of happiness. So, like, like anybody who saw that and who kind of like liked it could go to this page and kind of share like what their idea is happiness, like any happy moments from their lives. So I got people from all over the world like just starting to like. So my video like went viral, like it got.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it got 2 million views on YouTube.
And you're spreading viral happiness everywhere.
Yeah, so
I think that.
So I got emails from like people all over the world. Like, there was a girl from Sweden who emailed me saying it was kind of like a, how do I call it, like blindsided campaign. Like, so I didn't really like promote anything. It was just for the sake of like like.
Your work spoke for itself. That's great.
Yeah, so this girl like emailed me saying that she had a really bad day, like, she flunked in her exams and she couldn't talk about it to anybody, but she saw this video and then she smiled. So I have this collection of emails that I got like in return for doing this. So
wow.
Yeah, that's the.
We're kind of low on time, so the rest of you, I'm so sorry, but can you just in a nutshell tell us the idea and something interesting about yourselves?
So Campus Life, the portion you saw was actually the middle of the film, and it was invented for by myself and Kenneth Waddell for Jump View. Jump View is a brand new way to watch TV film, and I think you got to see it at the end. The stories are created, we break it apart by character and time. So instead of just watching a traditional film, you interactively get to choose what character you want to watch, where in the story you want to watch them. You want to watch one character all the way through.
Where can people find that?
It's on jumpview.com.
Jumpview.com.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of a revolutionary new way to watch a story.
Yeah, we hope so. So then again, that's the middle of the film. We made this film, Campus Life, specifically to showcase what this new way to view movies could show. So just to give a quick, better understanding. So you met obviously all the characters. Ari, for example, he has a timeline. So you could theoretically watch his story and you'll get the whole story, but you'll miss a tremendous amount because you're not getting anybody else's story. So, for example, if you're watching just Becca, you see Ari fall from...
In the background.
Yeah, you'll see Ari fall from the building. But you keep watching her, you'll have no idea why he fell. So you go to his timeline.
Oh, cool.
And you jump up there,
Everyone
his
has
story.
their own...
So they all kind of, they all intersect, they diverge, and that was the middle where they all come together,
Oh,
and they
cool.
diverge, and they come...
I'm glad to learn
Yeah.
this. This
So
is...
you can figure out
Okay, cool.
what the mystery is.
Thank you. Irina?
Well, it's the meaning of the song. I just went with the song, and the meaning is let's do whatever we can right now because nobody knows what comes tomorrow or what comes 5 minutes later. So that was that was the whole idea, and with Michael we came up, to the story, and he just did a beautiful footage. And
Yeah. It put me in a romantic mood.
yeah, it's romantic and it's very positive. I just see that people nowadays are a little bit very pessimistic and let's say dramatic. So I think I'm the opposite. So here we go.
And how was she to work with, Mr. Director?
Oh, she was wonderful.
Oh, okay, good.
This is the
Mr. Cleveland.
Mr. Cleveland. The Let Your Light Shine video actually sort of spawned from the little girls. They wanted to do something, they're actresses, and they wanted to do something that had an anti-bullying message. And that's kind of the theme of the video. They came up, this was the first song they recorded, and it was called Let Your Light Shine, and we kind of built a video around the theme of, anti-bullying and not to pick on other kids. They had a little story about how, they got hurt because they saw someone get picked on or something like that. So they feel very strongly about this, and also part of the project was to raise money for the Seth Walsh Foundation. He was one of these kids that was bullied and harassed and things, so that was kind of the impetus of the whole project.
Well, that's wonderful. Is the song available commercially?
It's on iTunes, the video, and it's on...
Irina, your music's on iTunes?
On iTunes and CD Baby.
CD Baby. I go to that site sometimes. Great, thank you.
Well, I'll keep my mind, mine's the shortest, just to inspire people. That's all I want.
To inspire people. Well, that's the ultimate of everything, really. And come forth,
I'm on fine.
my darling.
I can't go too far because this is stuff, but
Okay.
I'm going to leave it
Okay.
at this. So I'm an actor first and foremost, but I grew up playing a slew of instruments, and I was a very serious musician. So nowadays I don't get to make music the way that I'd like to, and when I do, it all has to become a very almost insulated experience, and it's hyper personal. So it's like you're saying inspire. Mine's like my chance to work through some stuff.
And you played the two.
Yeah, I played both characters.
Kind of like yin and yang.
Yeah, which I didn't want to do, but Caitlin forced me to
It
do it.
worked really well.
It also worked with what the whole point is about. It's named after a stand-up that I played, Waiting for Godot, with the same title, where two men sit and wait for a man who never comes. So we did our own interpretation of that same narrative. And there you go.
Excellent.
And I know it's a little dramatic and it's a little negative, but maybe not. I don't know. It was exactly what I was going through in that moment. And I just think that honesty in a creative way is the most important. The only way to communicate these days.
Well, these are all great communicators, so let's hear it for them. Thank you. I take questions from the audience, but I think you're out of time. So she's the director. Thank you.
I want to thank you. This is Xaque Gruber from the Huffington Post. He is also part of our international art exhibit. He did the mixed media oil paintings outside. So thank you so much for part of our 84 new media filmmakers from 17 countries. So thank you so much for being here. This wraps this particular program.